Hey, what's going on? Some more information about my unified field theory. It's can be a little scary how deep this goes, guys. Um, okay, I've said this before. Nikola Tesla said it over a century ago. He said it correctly. Everything is light. Okay, um, set that aside. Albert Einstein said basically the same thing with an equation: E equals mc squared. That means energy is matter, and vice versa. Loop. Think about that. That motion. It's like electronics, electromagnetic energy. Everything is electromagnetic, positive and negative energy. Okay. How does that relate to quantum physics? Well, you've got a positive and a negative, like a two-slit experiment in quantum physics. Which one is it going to be? Left or right? Well, when you try and pick one, it goes through a wormhole, changes over. Um, it's a quantum jump. You can never destroy one or the other. You can never catch it. Um, so if everything is light, then not just matter. Here's what I need you to grasp: consciousness is light. Um, the masters have taught us this for so long. Um, in other cultures and countries, they call it different things. This life force, prana, ki or chi. It's light. That's what it is. That's what animates you. Um, when a sperm hits an egg and a child is conceived, that's a singularity, and a light is given off. Um, when a gas cloud of a star, when that nuclear reaction starts, light given off. Um, if you learn about neurogenesis, this is a blossoming field of science and how the brain reverses the aging process. There's a light given off in the limbic system that the brain can reverse the aging process. Um, so if we are light, oh, here's another point. Guys, we know this. We evolved from stars. A star has to go supernova to give birth to everything else in the universe. You are a universe unto yourself. You are God, and you know that. You're a perfect copy of God. The universe that you have, the paradox is it's a shared experience with me and other people. It's also 100% manufactured in your head. This is the trip and the trick of life. um, think about your brain as a magnet. You've got a negative charge, a selfish, primitive brain, a black hole side to your personality. You've got a limbic system in the middle, and you've got the evolved altruistic conscious brain, the neocortex, the cerebral cortex, the third eye, the chakra. Um, so not just that we evolved from stars, guys. Look up at the sky. You are a star. And the star for you is the sun. You are your own sun. Um, and gosh, where can I go with this? Um, you don't die. As a conscious creature, you don't die. You're way more than flesh and blood. Um, so how do we use this to have a better experience of life? Well, two things. Meditate. Um, Here's a point I've made before too. This is why meditation is so important. I'll keep saying it, is because first of all, meditation has lots of great benefits for anyone just practicing on a regular basis. But sometimes you have that transcendental feeling. I've only had it once, but it's bliss, it's nirvana, everything you've heard about. Um, and what it means is you feel just at peace. You recognize everything is perfect. Nothing needs to change. Um, and it's a recognition. You don't feel like you're flesh and blood. It's a recognition of your deep reality that you are energy, you are light, or prana. So how does this open the door to time travel? Okay, so what happens when you die? it's heaven on earth, guys, but you've got to build it. It's just a different dimension of space and time. And there are infinite dimensions of space-time. This is why there's just lots of comedy involved, just listening to experts and scientists talk about it. Um, Look up the sky. We're looking for extraterrestrial life. Well, every star is a universe, the Bubbleverse. It's a microcosm. It's a universe unto itself. And so, if we're all stars, how do we communicate? Well, through wormholes. There are wormholes everywhere. To master time travel, we've got to recognize that the Earth is rotating. Well, here's the thing. You can say that the Earth is rotating, and you see arguments popping up nowadays about the flat Earth. And it's both flat and three-dimensional. Just like the world it's actually a two-dimensional hologram. The universe and you exist in a holograph between a star and a black hole. You have a two-sided personality. When a star is born, a black hole is born. And at a point that a star begins producing iron in its core, it goes supernova. Now, that iron is produced, it has to travel through the sun to transcend, break the bounds of gravity to become free, and spin against the direction. We need men and women to stand against the direction of the world, because the world is off track, and you know that. So, I could slice this any number of ways. You can talk about balance of power. Power has to be somewhat equitably distributed. When it's not, when it gets too top heavy, the whole system collapses. You have a revolution, a French Revolution. That's why wealth inequality is such a huge issue. This is unsustainable. And what you'll find in days and weeks ahead is that time itself will slow down. This is the calm before the storm. And you know that. The storm is coming, guys. You hear about it in literature, this storm, we got to face the storm and weather the storm. Through the storm, we reach the shore. We will reach the shore. Guys, that storm is a magnetic storm when a star dies. So I've got a cold. In a beautiful way, this almost confirms all of the beliefs of the major religions. It also confirms like the flat earth theory. You could say that you've got a positive and a negative charge and a rotating hologram, or a flat hologram and a rotating positive and negative. Whether the stars, the sun circles the earth or vice versa, it's all relative. It is. It's all the same. Doesn't matter. You can look at it any number of ways. So to master time travel should be pretty simple. Actually, it could be any kind of centrifuge device that's rotating counterclockwise. Actually, you want to go clockwise, I think, because if we're looking out at the stars and things are rotating clockwise, or sorry, rotating counterclockwise, shoot. It's easy to get turned around on this concept, but whatever. Rotating against or with, actually, the rotation. We want to sync it up, open up a tunnel of the mind. Life and time travel are trips within the mind, right? It's just how it is. You've got to get comfortable with that paradox. When you understand Archimedes' spiral, it's a recurring pattern in nature. Hurricanes, novalis, corkscrews. It's understanding this pattern is what leads mathematicians to study the mathematics of calculus. So I can't be the first one to realize this. The calculus is the study of the rotation of the Earth and the axis of that spinning motion. It could be simple. I mean, time travel can be done, I think, just with a mental exercise. It can be done. Going even further, and why was I destined to do this? I don't know, guys, but I would, as a younger man, I would sit and just kind of ponder the life of Albert Einstein. Since being a small boy, he was obsessed with these concepts of magnetism, electromagnetism, how things work. And when his mind was quiet, his mind would start puzzling these things, and the revelations came. He couldn't be any different. That's what he was destined to do. And it led me down a rabbit hole of the mind of, well, is it true that we have a fate? Nature and the universe, that God has a fate lined up for us. I wasn't comfortable with that because it eliminates the concept of free will. And I needed to believe in free will. Otherwise, it would just drive me mad. What's the point of just going through as an automaton? I didn't see the point of that. And before I had the explanation, I just kind of settled like, I can't keep racking my brain. There must be multiple futures. We shape the future. I think, was it Martin Luther King said, the arc of history bends toward equality. Yeah. So when you die, you transcend, you break free, and the artists know it. And so the thing is, but when you die, you do leave behind flesh and blood. There's no doubt in my mind. So how do we time travel without dying? We need to build a device that works against the gravitational pull of the spinning motion of our world and the axis. And I'm sure it can be done very easily, actually. Understand the mathematics of calculus. So guys, there's a big solar eclipse coming this August to the United States. And you can look back at history that oftentimes these eclipses mark the time of change, because it is a cosmic clock, and the balance of power is out of whack. You know that. Think of how a pendulum has to swing and stop. Well, first swing, slow down, stop, and boom, reverse course. Be out in front of that pendulum. Guys, we don't have a democracy. We get cheated this year. We can't keep up with the escalating wealth inequality, and you know that. We have to tackle climate change. This country is on a wayward course. This world is on a wayward course. There is a God. Okay, God is light and God is love. And that's the funny thing is, on the road to enlightenment, you feel like you're saving the world. You're saving yourself. It's your universe in your own head. You have the power to save yourself. And all we need to do, guys, we have the numbers, is raise your voice. Please share my videos. In terms of getting a patent for the unified, or a patent on a time machine, I don't care. I want everyone to have it. There is no paradox. There are infinite realities out there. Scientists get caught up on this. You can't have time travel. There'd be a paradox. Well, oh, I know. I got off track, which is easy to do on this topic. Albert Einstein said that every moment of space-time is real. It exists. So that means that, and you can look up other videos on YouTube to get a clearer picture of this. That not only is 2017 now, what we think of as now, this slice of space-time real, but 2016 is there in the cosmos, the fabric of space-time. It's there. It's still there. We can access it. And if 2016 is still here, if 1980 is still here, then you exist in other dimensions of space-time. You do. I haven't heard any of these other scientists point out this very obvious takeaway from that conclusion. You are infinite. There are copies of you in every star in the sky. The passing of time is an illusion. Einstein knew it. Past, present, future are all one. For you on your journey is to transcend and to realize that you are timeless. It jives with a lot of the stories from mythology. The clues that I got were through the music I listened to, the stories I read, being into mythology, religion too, being raised Catholic. There's a lot of clues in there about the nature of reality. For the record, I'm still not, I guess I'm not religious, and I don't ascribe to any of the known religions. I'm spiritual. I believe in God. God is all of us working together to save each other. That's it. That's beautiful. All of us are part of the story of the universe. So that's why I want to share this. There's nothing to be afraid of. We will master time travel. And we will master equality. It's, oop, just lost